As the year draws to a close, we crown our champions in Australia. But would it be a happy 21st birthday for Broc Pearson? Arise, Sir Ben Baker. He's one for the future. And it's a family affair for Wayne Maxwell as he attempts back-to-back Superbike titles and looks for a famous scalp at the same time. Plus, we focus on Yamaha Philippines and catch up with Mckinley Kyle Paz, who is in awe of his latest rivals. We're on fire on this week's Asia Motorsports Hour. Yamaha Philippines in focus in just a while, but we start with an in-depth review of the final round of the Australian Superbikes Championships that took place at Tail and Bend in Adelaide. The Supersport 600 takes centre stage at the ASBK fourth round of four, thanks to a wonderful battle between former ARRC racer Broc Pearson and Tom Edwards.
Supersport is go. Good start from Luke Power. It looks like he's got the Kawasaki off the line well, but Broc Pearson has got the inside running as they come down towards turn one, charging through from the second row of the grid. It looks like it is Max Stouffer that he's going to nail them into turn one, and he does. Max takes the lead from turn one. A great start from row two on board bike number 127. That's exactly where he needs to be. Tom Edwards and Broc Pearson right behind him, and Luke Power in fourth place.
Broc Pearson, number 17. Led the championship by 8 points going into the penultimate race of the season, ahead of Edwards. Edwards took the lead from Max Stouffer on the first of 9 laps and looked in great form.
Broc Pearson is very, very smooth. You can see two of the guys going really wide there.
Yeah, I think that's getting a little bit over-exuberant in the only the first lap of the race as they come down to this area where you're saying about, Steve, all of those right-hand corners through 8, 9, 10 and 11. One after the other, it's blind, and there's some off-camber corners in there as well, but it is Tommy Edwards now that he's into the lead, getting the better of Max Stouffer. Broc Pearson just wanted to bet himself into the first part of this race, and he's done a pretty good job because he's caught up onto the back of Max now.
And that would put the pressure on birthday boy Pearson, but he responded with a move to P2.
Broc Pearson goes past up the inside there of Maxi Stouffer. Good move by him. Good to see Luke Power there, as you said. Billy Van Aert, Johnny Littress is right in there behind too, so all those guys have got their pace. This first 2 or 3 laps, everyone's going to settle down. There's Tommy Bramich coming through.
But the mental pressure was there for all to see on Pearson.
Broc Pearson, a massive moment there. He's out of the seat. Oh, how he managed to save that, only us and his launderer will ever know, because that was extremely close.
Tom Edwards will go on to take the win.
Coming up to the final corner now, there is one overtaking opportunity left, Steve Martin, and that is a draft to the line. But your winner is Tom Edwards. He closes down the championship lead with a sensational victory.
The points differential going into race 2, a single point.
I had a few moments at the start, and it cost me a lot of time, and then maybe it cost me a little bit of tyre as well. I'm not too sure, but anyways, we'll have a think and try to come out for race 2 a lot better.
Someone interviewed me yesterday or before the race or something and said, oh, what are you going to do if it comes into the last corner and you're with the boys? And I said, I don't really want to think about it. The ideal race is to kind of be that little bit quicker and just get enough of a gap and not see anyone the whole race. But which is what I was able to do after I passed Maxi on the first lap, and bike felt great. I felt really comfortable. You know, I've still got some improvements I can make for the second race, and I definitely got something up my sleeve if the boys do pick up their pace a bit for the next one.
So a winner-takes-all showdown with 2 wins apiece, 2 seconds and a third apiece. ARRC commentator Steve Martin sets the scene ahead of race 2.
Well, that was a race that Broc Pearson wasn't expecting after getting pole position. Tommy Edwards trounced that one, and I can tell you now that Broc Pearson has got a lot of work to do before heading into race 2. If he doesn't change something, if it's anything like race 1, he's going to lose this championship. So you can be assured that inside the box, there'll be lots of frenetic work to get that bike up and running and see if they can find a few tenths, because if not, the winner takes all next time out.
Yeah, look, we're going to do our best. I'm going to give it absolutely everything, so let's do it.
Excellent stuff, my friend. Good luck. And one quickly with the smiling assassin, Tommy Edwards. Are we smiling? Can we do it? Can we take it to Broc?
Yeah, after race 1's performance, I think we should be sweet.
Motorsports TV, Supersport is go. Good start off the front row of the grid from Broc Pearson. He looks like he got a great jump, and Tom Edwards will be challenging him on the brakes as they get down towards turn one. Where's Max Stouffer? Has he got a good start as well? He has. He's on the outside, and he could very well be in a very good place when they come through turn one for the first time. He is. He's in second place. Broc Pearson's in third, but Edwards on bike number 26 leads with an excellent start from Billy Van Aert. He's up into fourth place.
Edwards with a better start, but then out of nowhere,
Broc Pearson's in the lead. Broc Pearson has got into the lead, so I'm not sure if it is a mistake for Tom Edwards while we were looking at the rest of the field, but Broc Pearson is definitely in the lead. Oh, this is game on, Steve, because as we know, they came into this race 1 point apart. There is 5 points difference between first and second. This is literally winner takes all, and at the moment, that is Broc Pearson, the man celebrating his 21st birthday today, that leads the championship and leads the race.
Pearson would keep that lead until the penultimate lap.
Here we go, Tom Edwards up the inside. He does it again. He got great drive out of the Ducati corner and gets a good drive up the start-finish straight.
Well, he needed to get the drive out of there, and he did, but Broc Pearson, once again, is going to be in the slipstream as they come round to get the last lap board. 8 laps down, 1 lap to go. Supersport Championship on the line. Pearson is in the slipstream. Can he pull out when they get towards turn one and put a move on Tom Edwards like he did last time that he was bested at My Bike Motorcycle Insurance Corner? He does. He goes back into the lead.
Can he hold it together, though? He does. He runs a little wide, but he manages to hold it together. Tommy Edwards now is tight there, which is exactly where you need to be. He lines himself up for the cut-back move.
The battle went into the final corner of the final race of the season.
This is Edwards. Edwards is lining it up, but Pearson's fast this time. Edwards has gone to the outside. Pearson closes the gap. He can't do it this time. Broc's got the inside line. A bit of a moment. This is it. This is going to be the moment where he's going to be able to get more drive. Tries to go round, gets cut off.
Going to be a slipstream to the line. It is Pearson that comes out in front. Tom Edwards right in his slipstream as they come to the line now. Pearson is holding on, and he gets there. He takes the championship. He takes the race win. Broc Pearson, happy 21st birthday with a championship to his name. Tom Edwards finishes in second place.
Broc Pearson, champion of the Supersport 600cc. What a way to celebrate turning 21.
And what an unbelievable turnaround it was for Broc Pearson to win that race like that. You wouldn't have thought he could do that on his 21st birthday. What a way to win the championship. Absolutely incredible. You've got to feel sorry for Tommy Edwards. But boy, both of those guys are massive talents. But today and the year belong to Broc Pearson. Moving on to Superbikes next year, look out for bigger things.
Change of location and a change of focus to feature Yamaha Philippines racing team. It's been a frustrating domestic season for those riders normally involved with the Asian Road Racing Championship. But there has been one massive plus for the Filipino racing community.
For the local race, we continued to support our local teams to race locally. So I think we started almost at the middle of the year already for the local races, and the good thing is that we dominated most of the categories again for this year with our local teams. I think if there's 7 categories, we were able to bag at least 5 of it. For the international race, of course, we all know that ARRC did not push through. So luckily, we have here Mckinley Kyle Paz, wherein we were able to send him to Europe for the CEB, the European Championship, wherein he participated the 3rd up to the 7th leg of the CEB European Championship under the BR46 Master Camp team.
All the riders, because when I came in Barcelona in my first round there, when I see all the riders, I say that everyone is crazy. You know, everyone is a very good rider. That's why you need to work. You need to work hard to fight. First of all, when I raced in Catalonia, my first time to ride Moto2 bike, I'm trying to understand already the bike and how the race was going on. And after the Catalonia, I tried to train myself to get ready in the next round.
Yamaha Philippines was able to get a partnership with Yamaha Thailand as well as the BR46 Master Camp team. And Kyle was one of the rider of the BR46 Master Camp team together with alongside Clement Kubo, the Yamaha Thailand rider.
When we get in the Portimao, I had a good feeling in the racetrack, and I try already to get familiar with the bike and with my riding style. So in the race, I try to fight with the two guys, and after I think 2 laps to go, and I try to attack, but I overshoot. But again, I try again in the last lap, last 3 corners, and then that was very very scary move that I do that time.
This year, he was able to get his best finish of 7th place during the Portimao round. He didn't able to replicate it, but Kyle, we saw Kyle really competing at the top 10 of the competition. So I think one more season and Kyle will be able to really be competitive in the CEV already.
In all of my races in Europe, it was a big experience for me because the bike is already, GP bike, the Moto2 bike. I cannot practice here in the Philippines, only there in the Europe I can use that bike. So that's why every time that I have a race, I need to focus very well to get know the bike very well, so that next year I can be really competitive in the CEV.
The things that we experience for this year in CEV, we are really excited to go back. So right now, we are currently in negotiation with one team in CEV, one very good team that will can cater Kyle for the next year's season. So if it will push through, Kyle will again be racing in CEV next year. If not, of course, ARRC is also an option.
All of the hard works we do in Europe, it came very well for me, I think. That's why I think next year we will be competitive more.
The ARRC, we will again send in 2 riders for the UB150 Championship. And we will also support one team from the Philippines that will also represent our country. So the Yamaha S1M racing team. It's also under the Yamaha team. So in total, we have 4 riders from the Philippines that will be competing for the UB150. We will be doing within this month something that will make the Philippine racing scene, very excited. We are planning something, so you will be the first to know once we already confirmed it.
Jordan Canista and Mckinley Kyle Paz from Yamaha Philippines there. Now, a chance for you to win ARRC polo shirts courtesy Idemitsu. Simply head to our Facebook page to answer 2 questions. The first of which is, what was Mckinley Kyle Paz's best finish for his Yamaha Philippines supported team at the recently concluded FIM CEV Moto2 European Championships? A clue, he achieved that best position at Portimao. After the Idemitsu choir, some classic Kyle and the joy of winning on the Asian Road Racing Championship. And we return to Tail and Bend to look at some of the emerging talent on Australia's Superbikes Championship.
Supersport 300 is go as they get a good jump off the line. You can see Ben Baker there. He was determined to punch the number 72 down to turn one as quickly as he possibly could.
With 3 consecutive wins and 3 second places to his name in 6 races this season, 16-year-old Ben Baker is a near certainty to win the Supersport 300cc title. And his start suggested he was in the mood to secure the title in style. But it wasn't to go as planned.
Is on 131. No, that's Baker. That's Ben Baker's gone down.
And whilst Len Nelson would go on to take the win, Baker knew that simply staying on the bike in race 2 would earn him the title.
And the Supersport 300 title is on the line. Ben Baker has come into this race with a 31-point lead over Zach Johnson, who was one of the stars of race 2 earlier on this morning. But the star of the show so far has been Glenn Nelson, because he took 2 race wins this morning in both the R3 Cup and Supersport 300 class, and he now leads this race.
Ben Baker, number 72, dropped as low as P10 in the second race, but went on to finish in 5th, enough for the title.
Congratulations, mate, but can we talk about what's going on here?
This here is the king of salami, Anthony Marinello's homemade salami, and I always beg him for it, so he said if I win the championship he'll give me salami, so we got it.
Australian Steve Martin, a former world endurance champion, liked what he saw.
It might not have been the meeting that Ben Baker wanted. You know, he wasn't as dominant as he has been throughout the year. He's had some sensational races, lots of wins, lots of podiums. Coming into this meeting, he could afford to make mistakes, and he did, but he'd already done the hard work. So that's what he did earlier on in the year. You've got to say that he really thoroughly deserves the championship. And I tell you what, after he won that championship, it's the first time I've seen him smile all year.
We head to Zhuhai in southern China in 2019 for today's classic race. Mckinley Kyle Paz racing for Yamaha Philippines en route to the Underbone 150cc Championship, with Fernando Mazzato helping him make it a famous day for the Philippines and the team.
Our focus, though, now turns onto the Underbone 150cc. And Aldi Satya we saw in pole position ahead of Mckinley Kyle Paz, the young Filipino. Wawanwelo is the championship leader, the yellow livery for him. He is on the left of that. Getting into the first corner isn't essential, but it does just help you set yourselves up. And the lights go on. We are just about set. Oh, there's a problem there. There's one late starter. Wawanwelo looks like he's got off to a decent start. Aldi Setya straight into the right mode, hunkers down over the handlebars. Gets as little wind resistance as possible. And the youngster, Aldi Setya, wow, what a transformation we've seen him in the last month or so, Barry.
Looks like nobody's told him it's difficult, Des. He's straight into the lead there. He's not overawed by these fast riders they've got there, the young guys and the older ones.
Izadzadi and Akid Aziz and Gubita Krejna are all in that top 6. 9.9 of a second separating P1 from P9 as we are into P2. A little ring going over Broc Park's face there. It is a different kind of racing, Broc.
Yeah, definitely. You know, to be honest, in Australia we miss this kind of racing. You know, you learn racecraft and to fight with other riders, and you know, it's a great little series for the up-and-coming kids, and you know, it teaches them a lot of disciplines that they can take on throughout their career.
There's so much quality in this field. It's a sport in its own right, Underbone racing, and there are those 20 riders I just mentioned. They're all together in that leading group.
They are indeed. We're approaching the halfway mark, midway through lap number 4. It's still Aldi Setya, who was on pole and has been happy to lead from the front. Very often you see the pole sitters dropping back a little bit just to see the right lines to take, Barry. Not here. Aldi is leading from the front. It looks like he's trying to make a point of some description.
Yes, he does, and I think you can contrast his approach with that of Kid Aziz, who's still very young, I think about 20 years old or something, but much more experienced. But contrasting tactics from those two.
Every time it comes onto this main straight, 6, 7, 8 abreast, Barry. We never lose it, and a little bit of contact there for the first time. It's beginning to get a little bit more competitive as we come into the second half of the race.
Yeah, we're seeing a bit of a rehearsal, I think, for what's going to happen in 3 laps' time, 4 laps' time. But still very tightly packed together, and really nobody's going to be able to break away from this group.
Wawanwelo also bike number 38. He stays the championship leader, starting in P3. At the moment, he's down in 7th place, but less than half a second down. Again, the top 10 separated by less than a second. The top 15 separated by 1.357 seconds. You can't afford to make a mistake in that kind of congestion, Broc.
No, that's right. You know, they lose the slipstream in this class, and yeah, it's really hard to get back. So they've all got to try and stay in that main front group. And you know what? Back to riding on the dirt. It amazes me to see this class and the 250 class how they're on the dirt and they just still hold it flat and then come back onto the track. It's something that I never really seen or experienced in my career.
I'm looking at your expressions as you're watching this, and every so often your eyebrows raise. And what the heck is going on there?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it's something that, it's definitely a spectator's sport, this one, and I think they get a lot of people watching this race because you never know who's going to win, and every corner they're racing for every line.
We're into the last lap. It was Mazzato who led, and then they fan out 8 abreast as they come into this corner, and Mazzato is just swallowed up.
Oh, and there's the first one down.
That hasn't been unexpected. Contact was expected as they came into this fast right-hand corner. We'll work out who that is in just a moment. We think it's Mutterbill. It is 97. Razaima Mohammed Saeed is the man who has taken a bit of a tumble, and another goes down. 2 are taken out, and that caused a problem also for bike 23, Kupita Kreshna. So 3 casualties on the final lap, but Aldi has kept his out of any trouble. Akid Aziz and Wawanwelo also happily placed. Wawanwelo, bike 38, he takes the lead into this right-hander. Talk to me about tactics in the last lap here.
Yeah, now it's a difficult one to say who's going to, but it looks like the top 4, or now they're all back 5 together. So yeah, it's one of them. I don't want to try and pick a winner at the moment.
So we are back live, and Fernando Mazzato is leading the way. This is a two-man race. Mazzato and Mckinley Kyle Paz as they come over the finish line, and it's a 1-2. Mckinley Kyle Paz, Fernando Mazzato, Albi Satya in 3rd, Hazik Mohamed Faris in 4th, Wayu Nugroho in 5th. But the Philippine teams, the Ulma Racing Yamaha Philippine team, Barry Russell, are 1-2, and there's more debris out on the track.
And we see Wawanwelo crashed there.
We'll keep an eye on Wawanwelo here as he comes in. He's in the yellow livery. Look out on him there. Again, he just loses it himself.
Yeah, he did it himself.
And he's very lucky to avoid what looks to be the bike very close to landing on him, but he didn't look in good position there, Wawanwelo. Immediately hit the ground. Let's hope he's recovering from that okay. But the race itself for Mckinley Kyle Paz and Fernando Mazzato, they're back to the form they showed us in Sepang.
And that race gives you the chance to win an ARRC polo shirt courtesy Idemetsu. Log on to our Facebook page to answer this question. Mckinley Kyle Paz won the race in Zhuhai that you just saw, but which Yamaha Philippines rider came second? Filipino fans know him as the chairman. Still ahead, Wayne Maxwell chases back-to-back titles at the ASBK Superbikes Championship, plus another peek into the future. This time, our scrutiny falls on Philippines' Ian J. Subratodo. Welcome back to the Asia Motorsports Hour, and you will have noticed there's a bit of a Filipino theme to today's show. So let's maintain that feeling as we catch up with a young man who first made his name at the Suzuki Asian Challenge on the ARRC, but now Ian J. Subratodo is very much grown up.
Ian J. Subratodo is a young rider we saw making history on the ARRC circuit in 2016 when he became the first Philippines racer to win on the Asian circuit, posting P1 at Suzuka.
Ian J on the outside, April King on the inside, Mohamed
Oh, no!
Three are taken out. Ian J. Solicito will come through from fourth into first, and the 1, 2, 3 have been decimated. And what a result for Ian J. Solicito. Isolation for the Filipino.
5 seasons later, in the Underbone sealed category at the Moto IR Championships, number 22 Subratodo is still winning 4 times in succession in the month of November. Win number 1 for the month came when Subratodo was able to cope with a sudden weather change better than his rivals. 3 wins out of 3 then in a 6-race season. November win number 2, still wet conditions. The race was a duel in the puddles between Subratodo's Suzuki and multi-time Philippines Superbike champion Marvin Mangulabnan. A second win double in the championship. He's only halfway through his November successes. Round 3, race 1 of the day, and a wheelie to make things exciting at the start. But this one would be a runaway victory. 3 out of 3 wins in November, 5 out of 5 in the championship. The title already assured for Luzon-born Ian J. His November triumphs have been won via first, a close rival crashing, second, coming on top in a one-on-one duel, third, romping home in the dry, and now he's dominating in the wet.
I think he's going to make it a perfect season. 6 wins out of 6 races.
And indeed, it was. And we hope to see Ian J. and Suzuki on an ARRC circuit soon.
The big Superbikes hog most of the attention at the Australian Superbikes Championship. And there was some extra special attention on the wildcard appearance of MotoGP's Jack Miller for the final round of the season at Tailem Bend.
I mean, we'll see what we can do in this. You know, the heat's come up, so hopefully that'll make our tyres last a bit better. And for the rest, yeah, we pushed her out on the grid, so hopefully we've got enough fuel. We've jammed as much as we could into the tank, so hopefully we've got enough fuel for her. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. You know, it's going to be an interesting race. I'm very excited. You know, it's a pleasure to share the track with the likes of Wayno and the boys. So, no, we'll see what we can do.
If I was Jack Miller, I would be on holidays right now in the Bahamas or Malaysia or who knows where, anywhere but Tailem Bend. But Jack is Jack, and he likes doing what he does, and that's riding and racing motorcycles. For Australian motorcycle racing, it's a coup. We haven't got the Asian Road Racing Championship here this year, but we do have Jack Miller.
But Miller was just a distraction from what everyone assumed would be the crowning of defending champion Wayne Maxwell. And the 39-year-old made a crackling start to the opening race of the round.
Superbikes are go. Good start from Wayne Maxwell on board the Boost Mobile Racing with K-Tech machine. Jack Miller hasn't been able to get the standard machine off the line as well as he would have liked. But look at Arthur CC's charging through Steve Martin. And will he lead them down into turn 1 just as we predicted? No, not quite. He's up into second. Ollie Bayliss into third. Miller looked like he was fourth. And Herfloss looked like he also got a cracking start on board bike number 17.
But this race and this day would be full of distractions, starting with a red flag on lap 7 of 11, with Maxwell well in the lead.
Oh, we've got a faller. We've got a faller. Is that Evan Biles that's gone down?
Yep, looks like it could be Fast Ev from SA Motorcycles.
Yeah, let's hope that he's okay there. Looks like he's...
Yeah, but Wayne Maxwell 0.8 of a second faster.
Yeah, no, that's Evan Biles there.
That looks like it could be the exit of the Dane's corner, is it?
Yeah, it's hard to see. It could well be there. Let's just hope that could bring out a red flag.
It meant a 3-lap sprint when the race restarted. Jack Miller starting well, as, of course, did Maxwell. Miller would be taken out.
Oh, no! That's Aiden Wagner getting it all wrong, and it looks like he's taken out Jack Miller as well.
That's not what we needed to see. Jack Miller says it's all okay, but Wagner tried to go up the inside. Unfortunately, it's all over. That is not good. Let's hope that they can get that bike sorted out.
We'll see a replay now. Here goes Wagner up the inside of Jack Miller. Into the corner. Jack just has to stand.
He loses the
up.
front. He loses the front. Wagner's lost the front and just
had nowhere to go.
Had nowhere to go.
And Maxwell would cruise to the title, posting his third win of the season.
There it is for Wayne Maxwell. He wins the championship. He takes the race win. He's more than a race win ahead of the rest of the field now. Glenn Allerton takes second. Crew Halliday takes third. So congratulations to Wayne, Craig, Adrian, Greg, Julie and the rest of the Boost Mobile Racing with K-Tech team. That means that Glenn Allerton and Josh Waters and Sean Giles now have another companion in the three-time Australian Superbike champion club, and that is Wayne Maxwell.
Look, yeah, honestly, it's so special. The guys are here. It just, I mean, everyone in the team just contributes like this. They organise all of this. They give me the best motorbike on the grid. The Ducati V4R has been amazing. The whole Boost Mobile K-Tech team, it's made up of a lot of different areas. I've said in the past, guys, the truck's in Melbourne. It doesn't really work, but the guys make it work just so we can win races. So I can't thank them enough. My family.
Yes.
My wife.
Archie and Billy, are they around?
My kids, they go without just so I can do this. My wife, that's pretty. For me, it's very emotional, and yeah, I'm so happy to be able to do it with this group of people because I've always said it, they believe in me more than I believe in myself, and they've given me the confidence to believe in myself, and that's what shows.
Absolutely incredible by Wayne Maxwell. All he had to do was just roll around and pick up the points and he would be champion, but 3 times champion now for Wayne Maxwell. He really has done it in style this weekend with pole position and taking out the first win. And I've got to say, you know, with Jack Miller in the race as well, you've got to think that that's going to mean a lot to him. I mean, wow, this guy is something special. Rumours are he's going to retire next year, but I tell you what, my heart hopes that he comes back.
With the title secured, focus in race 2 would be the scramble for second in the championship. Maybe that explained the chaotic start.
Superbikes are go. Jack Miller struggled to get the bike off the line again, and that meant that Daniel Fowles got a pretty good launch off the line in position number 3. As they make their way down towards turn 1 for the first time, it is Wayne Maxwell that will lead them into turn 1 with Jack Miller fighting his way through the field. He's gone back. Oh no, that's Arthur Cece's has gone down.
Arthur Cece's and somebody else, not quite sure who that is.
That could be Josh Hook maybe, because he was trying to start from the 3rd row on the 4th row of the grid. We've got another crash here.
That's
back in the
Fowles on.
Daniel Fowles and well,
that's a Honda
Cooper.
there. That's not sure who that is.
That was Chandler Cooper, I think, that was on the Honda that was in that incident as well.
Yeah, red flag.
Red flag stoppage. The riders will come back and take up their positions on the grid. So a lot of excitement in the first 3 or 4 corners for the last time in the Alpine Star Superbike class.
A second red flag. Expensive bikes literally on fire. Time for a bit of serenity ahead of a 4th start of the day.
Superbikes are go. Good start once again from Wayne Maxwell. Jack Miller hasn't got it off the line as well. Looks like a cracking start also too for Ollie Bayliss and Glenn Allerton as they make their way down towards turn 1. There is no Troy Hurtboss out there on the grid either on board bike number 17. So as they tip into turn 1, it is the 2 Ducatis, then the BMW, then Jack Miller in 4th place as they make their way through Pirelli corner turn 2 for the first time.
Wayne Maxwell deciding that he was the star of the day as he powered past Ollie Bayliss into a lead that he would not give up.
Bayliss has run wide, Maxwell up the inside. Gone into the lead now has Wayne Maxwell. Glenn Allerton trying to find a way into 2nd place as well. Can't quite do it.
Ollie's up the inside.
Yeah, Ollie's run a fraction wide again, and Allerton said, thank you very much, I'll go up there. So it is 2 3-time champions at the head of this field. So Miller trying desperately to hang on to that last podium position. Crew Halliday would love nothing more than to be able to draft him to the line. As they come out, it is Maxwell that crosses the line, takes another victory. Glenn Allerton takes his best result of the year, and Jack Miller just holds on to 3rd ahead of Crew Halliday.
Yeah, what a day. Thank you. Amazing day. Big massive thanks to Boost Mobile with K-Tech crew. Awesome job. Pirelli, they've just come out this weekend with a product that's just worked. You need a little bit of luck to win, and it went our way this weekend. So, look, we're very thankful.
Well, there you have it. It's a perfect day for Maxwell. Even with Jack Miller here this weekend, there's been a lot of stiff competition for him. Glenn Allerton gave him a push, but you've got to say that this guy has had a stellar career. The first guy in a long, long time, since 2006, Jamie Stauffer to win 2 times in a row. The only person ever to win on Ducati 2 times in a row as well. So, I mean, he is just making first and first They say he's going to retire at the end of the year. I don't know. So getting back, it's going to be difficult, but I'll tell you what, we've only had 4 rounds this year, so my heart says that we will see more of Wayne Maxwell and the Wayne train.
And before we sign off from Adelaide, we've been telling you that Steve Martin is a former world champion. Well, here he is with a flying lap around the bend in Adelaide to prove that he's still got it.
This circuit is amazing. You absolutely wind up down the straight, hitting speeds of over 300 kilometres an hour and getting close to the magical 200 miles an hour. It's long here at Tail and Bend. Hard on the brakes as you get down towards turn 1, the Motul corner. You've got to be careful here. We've already seen some of the guys fall off, including Jack Miller. Tip it into turn 1, back through the gearbox. Quick flick of direction here, keeping the throttle on just mid-corner speed up, and once again flick it to the right. It's blind out of here. You've got to be really careful to make sure you get on the gas smooth and use all of the track on the exit, up through the gearbox, once again not knowing when to tip in to the fast MA corner, turn 5. You've got to keep that rolling speed up, get on the gas hard out of there. You can feel the bike drift into the braking downhill into Alpine Stars. The back of the bike's moving around here. You're on the front. It's a little bit off camber here. Easy to lose the front here too. Now, if you like right-hand corners, this is the place of the track that you're going to like, because it's 3 or 4 in a row here. Keep on the right-hand side. Dive into the next one, which is absolutely critical to get right. You can feel the pressure on the front wheel there. Down the hill we go, through 9 and into 10, Dainese corner, and that's a corner you do not want to lose your leathers because it's fast. We've seen Bayless fall off there before. A quick flick through again into the left, and then another one onto the right. As you start to wind up onto the short back straight here, it's the only place where you get a little bit of a rest. You can have a bit of a shakedown, down the hill again, but once again you can see how blind this corner is. Now things get serious and they start to get tight. Hard on the brakes, up the hill we go. You can use that camber to your advantage there. A short spurt up the hill and into AGV corner. The bumps, the only bumpy part on the track is right here. Flick it into the left, once again off camber, and that's what I like about this circuit. Keep that mid-corner speed on, drive down and through we go. The Alpine Stars area and Ducati corner, then a quick on the gas, flick up over the top of the crest. Blind once again, down the hill into turn 17. Now turn 17, it can catch you out because it's more than 90 degrees. If you're not careful, you'll run off on the outside there. It's time to take a breath though, because we're getting to the main part of the circuit now that counts. This last corner here, the Yamaha revs your hard out corner, turn 18. You need to get good speed out here to get that top speed down the straight. Tucked in, over the line you go. There's that finish line, and bang, the lap is done at the bend, and what a track it is. Absolutely amazing.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Steve Martin. Quick reminder on how you can win some ARRC polo shirts. Log on to the Facebook page of ARRC to answer 2 Yamaha Philippines related questions. Firstly, what was Mckinley Kyle Paz best finish for his Yamaha Philippines supporter team at the recently concluded FIM CEV Moto2 European Championship? A clue, he achieved it at Portimao. Second, Mckinley Kyle Paz won in the ARRC event at Zhuhai in 2019 for Yamaha Philippines, but which then Yamaha Philippines rider came in second? Filipino fans know him as the chairman. Next week, our attention moves to Thailand and the final round of the BRIC Championships. Ratapong versus Maklada, the pick of the battles on show in Buriram.